So it's been over a week that the India-China face-off in the Galwan Valley, which unfortunately resulted in the martyrdom of 20 Indian soldiers. Now, even after 1 week, the politics between the government and the opposition continues. Once again, the Congress party and the party president asking some questions from the government, which have now been labelled by the ruling party, Bharatiya Janata Party, and the government of trying to vitiate the atmosphere and politically gain from the crisis which is tearing the country at the borders now. Take a look at our top story, the political drama which continues between the Congress and the government.
Days after the June 15 brawl at the Galwan Valley, while top military commanders of both nations are holding marathon talks to de-escalate, politics over the crisis at the LAC is only escalating. The war of words between the Congress and BJP is getting shriller.
India has been hit by a terrible economic crisis, a pandemic of huge proportion, and now by a full-blown crisis on the borders with China. Much of each crisis is attributed to the mismanagement of the BJP Modi government.
Hitting back at the Congress, BJP President JP Nadda accused the Congress of surrendering 43,000 kilometers of India's land to China and said there were 600 Chinese incursions between 2010 to 2013. Sonia Gandhi responded to Nadda, saying there have been 2,264 Chinese incursions under the Narendra Modi government.
We are beginning to run into a little bit of a problem.
Earlier, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi had targeted the Prime Minister over his statement on the Galwan face-off, accusing him of providing fodder to the Chinese media.
जब यह साफ है कि उन्होंने हमारी सरजमी पर घुसपैठ की, प्रधानमंत्री ने सर्वदलीय बैठक में यह क्यों कहा कि कोट हमारी सरजमी पर किसी ने घुसपैठ नहीं की अनकोट। कांग्रेस कार्य समिति यह उम्मीद करती है कि प्रधानमंत्री अपने इस वादे पर खरा उतरेंगे कि हमारे साहसी सैनिकों का बलिदान व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगा।
India is capable. C for capable. India is capable to fight. C for Corona, C for China, and of course, conspiracies of the Congress as well. Let me assure you that India will emerge victorious. Victorious of all the quote-unquote misfortunes that Sonia ji was talking about.
A week after clashes in Galwan Valley, there are no signs of tension easing off. This has allowed Congress party to go on with its attack against the centre over the death of our 20 brave hearts. It continues to question Modi government's military and foreign policy, despite BJP quoting support from its non-traditional allies over the standoff. This is Anand Patel in New Delhi for India Today.
Let me now bring in National Affairs Editor, India Today, Rahul Srivastava, for more on this story. Rahul, you know, what is happening between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress right now is very, very clear example of how political parties completely change their stance once they are in opposition or they are in ruling. I mean, the BJP was almost making the same sort of allegations on the Congress party when UPA 2 was in power, and the Congress is now returning the favor. But overall, Rahul, will there be some sort of an exercise of consensus apart from that all-party meeting? Are we going to see some sort of a discussion channels being opened ahead of the parliament session whenever it takes place, Rahul?
Ankit, one, the fact that during UPA's tenure, there were terror attacks, skirmishes, but the kind of a seriousness of a external threat that China poses today, which the government sources of the record are saying wasn't there. But the fact remains, Ankit, that the idea of carrying the entire political landscape of the country rests with the government. It is the government of the day. It is that responsibility that the government has to dispose, that it takes everybody along. that is why a lot of leaders of the opposition at the all-party meet were very clear. They said it's a very good idea, and we will be ready to ask questions internally. I think the real problem lies in the fact that there is a sense of withheld information, not a real clarity from the government. And to be honest, also since it is a very developing kind of, evolving kind of situation, and a lot of strategic and tactical details are involved, the government can't give information. But I think proper assurances can be given to the opposition, maybe in public space, and also perhaps off the record in closed door meetings. That is a possibility perhaps the government has not utilized, and the opposition is utilizing that lack of information or the lack of clarity on information to attack the government. Ankit, but at the heart of it, there is another serious problem. The serious problem is the nationalist flank. On the day of the all-party meeting, a lot of political parties like Mamata Banerjee, Shiv Sena, others, though rivals of the government, embraced that nationalist flank. Now, the Congress party lost the 2019 election to this nationalist flank because of the Pulwama and the Balakot incident. The Congress is too eager to weaken the government on that nationalist flank because it sees Chinese incursion as an opportunity. The government wants to maintain it and that's why it does not give clear examples. And I think it is this flank, the battle over the nationalist political flank, which is leading to this kind of bickering and political sniping.
Rahul, you made a very important point that the lack of information or the very selective picture that the government wants to portray right now is also, in fact, giving this opportunity to the Congress party to hit out at the government. Thank you so much, Rahul Srivastava.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.